Virgo, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading for the week of May 25th, guys. We have this beautiful new moon in Gemini, 3 retrogrades. This week really is going to be shaking and breaking and moving up a lot of that stagnant energy. And while that can feel a little uncomfortable, honestly, it's so freeing. So it's easier than working through last week's energy. It just felt like, I don't know about anybody else, but it felt like it took so much energy just to focus on one thing. Now, this is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, so please be sure to check all 3, especially that ascendant sign. And if this is your first time watching me, I hope this serves you. If it does, please like, share, comment down below, guys. I really appreciate it. All right, Virgo, let's get started. Just a deep breath in. Let's just ground. Let's get started. I think I'm just the energy of Virgo for the week of May 25th. All right, and then a theme for the week. Virgo. Yep. There we go. Hey! So we have the 2 of Wands, the Wheel, the 8 of Cups, the 8 of Coins, the 2 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the theme is the 10 of Cups. Yes, Virgo. Oh, right? After some of that energy. And it's okay. It's the natural dichotomy of this dimension. We're going to have dark, we're going to have light, we're going to have hard, we're going to have easy. But at the beginning of this week, it looks fantastic, especially in regards to your emotional world. But let's start out first. 2 of Wands and the Wheel. It looks, Virgos, like many of you know, this is a general reading, so check all 3 signs. But many of you are moving in new directions with other people. Now, these can be partnerships. With all this water, it can be romantic partnerships. You might be moving forward, putting in place a lot more long-term goals. The thing is that you're moving in a new direction with this. So perhaps things have been stagnant. Perhaps you have been putting up a wall. Perhaps you've been procrastinating or maybe holding off. No. Beginning with this week, you guys are finally moving forward. Now, it might seem kind of weird with some retrogrades, but you have to understand Venus, Saturn, Jupiter retrograde, we're doing internal expansion. And when we expand and evolve inwardly, everything outside changes. But this is beautiful, guys. And the reason you're doing this is because it's enough. You want more. You recognize, when you have the 8 of Cups, you recognize what you're doing, where you're standing, how you're doing it. I'm not saying it's good or bad. Those are subjective. But it's not fulfilling. It's not deep enough. When you have the 8 of Cups, you know that there's more. You deserve more. You want more meaning in your relationships. You want more meaning in your life and what you're doing. If you're investing in something, you want it to have a good return on it, right? It's not just something shallow. And you are moving your relationships in this incredible new direction. And when you have the 2 of Wands, it's long term. You're walking with somebody who shares the same goals, the same long-term vision and ambition and drive, really great communication. And you guys are taking this path in an incredibly new and expansive direction. Now, like I said, with the 2 of Wands, this can be business or creative, like collaborations. But a lot of this looks like relationships. Now, this can be romantic. You could also be taking your family in new directions, you know? Part of the dogs in the background. You have the 8 of Coins. Understand that this is an exciting time and there's lots for you to learn, Virgo. So stay open to learning curves. Stay open to how to do this. Maybe you're like, okay, I'm moving forward in my relationships. I'm going to do this. Maybe read up on some books. Learn about yourself. You're here to learn about yourself, Virgo. So whether we want to start a new career, start a new relationship, move to a different country, you have to learn, whether it's the new applications of the new job, you know, how to communicate in a relationship, a language of that new country. There is growth and learning to be had for yourself, learning what you can about this. Guys, I think so many of us trip up thinking, just because this is how I am and whoever or whatever I do just needs to work with this. No, sometimes it's a cop-out to stay the same, not to grow. You're meant to grow, and we grow the most in relationship. Romantic or platonic, we grow the most in relationship, right? We might have that mother-daughter, you know, lesson for our lives, or in a romantic relationship or with our child. That's how we really grow. Now you have the 2 of Swords. This is what they're saying. as you're moving forward on this beautiful, incredible new path, and I love it because with the wheel, it's very sudden. It's a very blessed turn of events. Yes, it's sudden, and yeah, you're going to have to learn as you go along, but it's very fortunate. The Wheel of Fortune is a fortunate card to have. It's sudden, it moves in a new direction, and because you're learning the Two of Swords, just FYI, there might be a slight bumping of heads, a little bit more like a stalemate, a tug-of-war here, and this is where your lesson is. Learning to compromise, learning to communicate, learning about yourself. Why am I being pig-headed about it? Is it a non-negotiable? Am I just being stubborn or afraid? But there's issues, and instead of doing the same old, pretending like there's an elephant in the room and no one's looking, you're done with that BS story. There is an elephant in the room. We're gonna call it out. We're no longer gonna pretend there's not an issue. We're going to be making decisions. You have the Ace of Cups with the Queen of Cups. Guys, I'm sorry for that noise. I should have closed my window. I'm so sorry. Just 1 second. Okay. With the Ace of Cups. Now, this is, again, about new relationships, and it's soulmate relationships. I don't want to stick it too much in just romantic, because this can also be a resurgence of relationships that we already have in our lives. We could be healing relationships with our partner, but also with our parents, with our children, with ourselves. And when you have the Queen of Cups on the Ace of Cups, this also can mean new homes. But more importantly, this is about relationships deepening as a result of this, finding the resolutions and healing, and it is depth. And when you deepen your relationship, you allow for the relationship to grow and to ascend to a new level. Now, the 10 of Cups is the theme of this week. The 10 of Cups is all about harmony in the home and in our relationships, love and trust and caring. It's really about feeling very rewarded in our emotional sphere. And I tell you guys all the time, whenever we feel emotionally balanced, our material needs are always met, because it always has to do with self-worth, financial worth. So everything begins to heal. What an incredible week of love, of depth, of expansion, of moving in healthy new directions and learning to grow, because this is ultimately what you desire and also what we all kind of need, Virgo. So I love this. This has long-term implications. A lot of blessings, a lot of healing, a lot of deepening of love and expansion for those who are entering new relationships. And because it's Venus retrograde, it's not always the best time, but of course, just take it slow. But for those who are just healing aspects of the family, I'm so happy for you guys. If you like a more in-depth reading or a distance healing session, my link is down below, Virgo. Otherwise, have an incredible week, and I will see you guys next week for next week's readings. Take care.